better not.
Welcome to OneShots. I'm Kevin. I'll be your game master today. Let's go ahead and start here, and if we can get an introduction of the player, and then also talk a little bit about your character.
Okay. My name is Mairi, and I'll be playing Starly Goodoak. She is a halfling ranger. She grew up in a city as an urchin, and it was just generally terrible, so she left for the wilderness and never went back. She also has a pet mouse named Smudge. Smudge wears a violet bow on her tail and is a deer mouse. And that's important information that you need to know.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm Inee, and I will be playing Ootazi, the half-orc sorceress, and she's a hunter-gatherer outlander. She has a wanderlust and loves to explore, and she loves nature so very much.
So much. How much? Like,
Just
all right, I'm going to start here. Tell me when we're at the how much she loves nature.
we'll never reach it.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm Kyle. I'll be playing Targree, the blue dragonborn cleric of Umbre, the god of storms. I'm a hermit who lives in a cave and has quite the disdain for violence against innocent people and has quite the disdain for subterfuge as well.
All right. The title of this one-shot is The Ruined Soulhouse. The setup for these guys, you're all 5th level characters. So we have established that you guys have spent several years at this point working for an organization in the city of Yildet. There lies a museum of natural and exotic phenomena. This institution, renowned throughout the 12 Isles, collects examples and exhibits items of both the natural world, things like plants and animals, and various stuffed, natural creatures, and also collects more exotic things. But the museum
Between two animals.
the Museum of Natural and Exotic Phenomenon has had you guys on the payroll for a couple of years as Acquisitors. They will occasionally send you out to, hey, go find this, rare creature of mystery and legend and bring it back, or bring us 7 samples of the golden leaves of this ancient tea that's otherwise hard to acquire. Things like that. You guys have worked together several times over the last couple of years doing so. And today, the head of the museum, Archmage Pinchwit, has called you to his office. And Archmage Pinchwit is a balding, sort of rotund fellow. He's a capable mage, but he's definitely more comfortable in an administrator role, as you guys have learned. And so as he invites you in, there's a nice teapot already boiling on the desk that he turns off the fire underneath it with a little snap of his fingers, and he says, yes, come in, please. I'm so glad to see you all. Thank you very much for coming in. I know it's a bit of a walk from your cave. I appreciate you taking the time. We have a somewhat time-sensitive assignment for you. Do any of you know what a soul ember is? Go ahead, and anybody who wants to can make a religion or arcana check.
Arcana.
7.
14.
14?
8.
You've heard the term before in your various studies, Targree, but you've never, you've glanced over it in the glossary, but you didn't go back and read the entry. And so after taking a look at your sort of befuddled expressions for a moment, Pinchwood goes, when a soul passes from the material plane into wherever it's bound, sometimes they return to their place of rest in an entire form, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they are fragmented, or the soul was shattered at some point in betwixt all of this. A soul ember is a collection of those divine fragments conglomerated into a single soul. Now, these are fascinating things, fascinating things, because it is a soul without any of the mental attributes of a person. It is essentially raw divine energy. They accumulate very, very slowly and only in very specific places. We have, on very good authority, that in the plane of ash, at this very moment, a soul ember is brewing and about to emerge into existence. We want a soul ember to put into the museum as you might imagine, because they're very rare, and they can be considered incredibly powerful. They often can supercharge divine magics. They can serve as a tool for, incredibly powerful divine magic, possibly beyond bringing life into an inanimate body, essentially serving as a resurrection tool. We would like to put this up in our museum as an example of something that most entities will never see in their entire existence. Now, the reason this is time sensitive, and you'll have to bear with me here. The plane of ash is part of a cosmology that is not what we call accessible. It's a big plane of smoke and ash. It's at the intersection of the planes of fire and air. So very little exists there that you could stand upon. Quite literally stand upon. There's no material there. However, he sort of sketches out a little.
I bet I could.
No, literally nothing. Just air. Just smoke.
I bet you could.
Okay. Well, that's great. Thank you. I thank you for listening. Targree, I appreciate you in these discussions so much. I want you to know. Now, and he sort of sketches out a little island that he says, now, from what we understand, this isle is a piece of heaven. Part of the heavens that a soul can ascend to, if they have performed good deeds and are blessed by their deity. Those places are real and exist, and a fully formed soul can ascend to those places and go to their eternal reward. Now, sometimes things go bad. Sometimes there are wars of, devils against angels, or sometimes warring between deities, and pieces of these divine planes can break off. We believe that's what occurred here, and he's sort of like sketching an illusion in the air with his hand. It's not a particularly clear or detailed one, but it's basically like, here is a rock, sort of like a football map, right? He draws a little yellow circle at places. He says, now we're not entirely sure how or when this arrived there, but numerous scrying spells have indicated that there is, in addition to a collection of divine energy on this island holding it together, there is a soul ember about to be born upon this island. Now, we can place you, and he sort of like highlights a little, so this island is floating in this illusion that he has conjured, surrounded by sort of a gray coloration that you are presuming is supposed to imply smoke, right? And he points at little balls of rock that are orbiting around the base of this. And he says, several years ago, one of our scouting expeditions, scouting throughout the plains for exotic phenomena, came to this island and dismissed it. There was nothing of any value there at the time. They did place a teleportation circle on this rock right here. Now, we will have a very rare window in which our teleportation magics can put you at that teleportation circle. After 18 hours, that circle will be out of range, and we will not be able to get back into communication with this for another 20 years. So, when I say this is a very pressing time issue, I'm very serious. We will essentially have to drop you there, and there's only one structure on the island. It is largely forest, although I don't expect it to be in any good condition. It's a forest living in a plain of ash and smoke. It's not doing very well, I'm afraid. But there's only one structure on there. We're not entirely sure what its purpose was, but it is a tower of some kind. Now, our scouts reported that there was a terrible guardian there, although their report did not mention of what sort. We're not entirely sure if it's still there or what's going on there, but you definitely want to take some precautions. This is one of the reasons we're sending you, because you're also competent and skilled and daring, I guess is the word that we're looking for, yes. Should you return with the soul ember, of course, we will compensate you very, very handily. Oh, dear me. We compensated you all with something in the past. Everybody go ahead and roll a d6.
Alrighty.
It's okay.
It's not
Two, 1,
4.
All right. And he says, well, I mean, you remember when last time you completed a mission for us, we gave you those potions, those healing potions.
Oh, yes, the healing
Yeah.
potions.
You have acquired over the course of your past adventures, you've got a potion of greater healing.
Okay.
And a potion of regular healing. You know, a standard healing potion. And he says, we gave you that ring, didn't we? We gave you that ring of evasion. That was payment. And of course, we gave you that very fancy bow that you used. You have got a ring of evasion, which has 3 charges, which allows you to expend a charge to succeed at a dexterity saving throw where you had otherwise failed. And you have a +1 bow. Whatever your weapon is upgraded to +1.
Sweet.
So
that's just
you're all 5th
one.
level. You guys would have some minor magical items at
That's
this
just
point.
+1 to the damage. Is that what that is?
Attack and damage.
Yeah.
Attack and damage. Okay. Cool.
So, he says, in it, if you return with the Soul Ember, we'll be providing you with something from our stores that we no longer require as an exhibit. In addition, each of you will be acquiring, because of the extreme rarity of this item, 5,000 gold pieces. So,
And what will become of the souls in the Soul Ember?
well, there is no soul in this. There are no souls in the Soul Ember. There are pieces of souls that would have otherwise descended into the hells and become minor demons there, or ascended and become a minor archangel there. They've simply conglomerated into what amounts to one full soul.
Are they dangerous?
In and of themselves, no. They don't kill you if you touch them or anything like that. Or at least
wrong hands.
nothing that we've ever exposed. In the wrong hands, I mean, the magics that it contains would really depend. The magics could be perverted. Say a devil got his hand on it, he might be able to construct a more powerful devil, corrupting the soul itself. It could also be, like as I say, supercharging healing magic, being used as supplementation for a resurrection spell, so that you didn't have to spend a diamond worth of 5,000 gold pieces. They're useful tools. We don't want to use it for particularly anything. We just want it as an example of what such a rare thing it could be.
And do you have protection from some abomination that may come for this?
He says, well, that's you. That's what we pay you for.
At the museum?
Oh, yes, at the museum. We have hundreds of wards, and we have spent several decades in making it as safe a space to hold mystical items as you could imagine. There will be, we have wards to keep entities from teleporting in. I mean, I suppose if a sufficiently motivated demon wanted to break through the crust of the earth and come attack us, there's very little we could do to stop it, but that's what the city is for and other adventurers like yourselves.
Meat shields. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't like the term meat shields. It implies that I am going to be in some sort of actual danger. I set that aside long ago.
Very well.
Well, thank you very, very much. Take some time, breathe. We, however, would like to dispatch you within the hour so that we can get the maximum amount of that 18-hour time period. The floating isle is fairly small. It's about 3 miles across. It's not like you're going to be stuck there. But we just want to take every precaution so that we don't lose our talented acquisitors to this errand.
All right.
Oh, very good. Very good. I will meet you in the teleportation circle in my back office when you are ready. Is anybody desperate to do anything in town? Beautiful.
No.
I
Okay.
don't know the town.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, my notion was
Check
that...
out the museum.
Let's go.
Okay. So,
Yeah, let's go look at all the things that we.
all the cool things that you brought in. Yeah, like I say, like the good
Remember
notion
that
of...
time when he broke his leg? And
I was a sheep for a while. Like, what was that?
crazy.
Targree will silently walk to the teleportation circle.
Okay.
We're probably just hanging out for a minute and then we'll follow.
All right. So, after a moment, you guys head into the teleportation circle, and Pinchwood comes in, and he's sort of changed into his business robes, where before he was wearing, like a tunic and breeches, and, is just sort of in casual wear. Now he's wearing, like, a silver robe with gold inlaid, emblems all over it, and he's got a pair of like green lens glasses that he's put on.
Fancy. Yeah.
He says, "Well, we're sending you across an entire dimensional rift. I felt a little celebration was in order. Also, my eyes don't do very well with smoke. I wanted some sort of protection."
Oh, you're not coming with us then?
No, God,
Oh,
no.
well, you're all dressed up.
Yes, well, like,
Oh, should we have had goggles? Because that seems like a thing that would have been good to have.
I don't think it's going to be that severe an issue for you.
No time for theatrics. Pinch wit. Send us.
Oh, sucks all the fun out of this job. And 60 seconds of chanting later, that he does sort of sullenly, he's like, walk, and
Made him mad.
I'm just gonna stand
And
with my eyes closed.
there is a white haze that crosses in front of your eyes, and then a white haze that fades out of your eyes, and you are standing on a floating rock, and the smell of smoke hits you all at once. It's like the fire has been burning on the mountain for a day and a half, and the wind has blown it directly down on top of you. It's very intense. It's a little harder to breathe here. It's not impossible. There's enough oxygen so that you're not going to die from extended exposure here. But yeah, it's definitely definitely a coughing.
Trust me, I'm not crying.
Yeah, it definitely stings at your eyes a little bit. You can see this massive isle floating in front of you, as well as a small golden circle right there. That is the isle to which you all have teleported.
This is just about exactly as bleak as I expected.
It's pretty bleak. It's, looking around, beneath there are no stars in the sky. There's just clouds of smoke pouring from underneath you eternally upwards. You can, there comes a point where it sort of creates a cloud cover. You can see no stars. You can see there is a dim orb of light that is casting sort of a gray hazy light over everything, but it is not in any way sufficient for what you guys would normally navigate by. As a ranger, what was your favorite territory?
Forest.
Okay, so normally a forest ranger would not get lost or be able to even become lost in a forest, or in a natural sort of environment like that. However, the smoke here obscures everything beyond 30 or 40 feet.
All the land features.
All the land features.
Okay.
It is a bad space. So this massive island reaches up above you, and you can see that there was a small wooden post right here with a rope stretching across here. The rope dangles down about 15 feet.
Has it been cut?
No, it looks like it's been ripped, and as you stand there for a minute or two, sort of getting your bearings, the rock shifts ever so slightly. What would you like to do?
How far is it from here to here?
This space...
Because I assume we want to get over from our little floating chunk to...
It is 30 feet from about there to there.
And how long is the rope that's dangling down?
15.
So it may have been ripped in the middle.
It may have been ripped in the middle. If you want to pull it up and try to make an investigation check, you might be able to do
I do. I want to pull the rope up and actually see how long it is.
I've got 50 feet of rope if we need to shoot one across.
Me too.
I know!
I've got
Rope is
an
the
18 on
best!
investigation to check out the rope.
Okay, so pulling up the rope and sort of looking at the end, it looks like the rope was snapped because the end is super frayed. It doesn't look like it was too much longer than this. It seems like the tension got really intense at a point where there was a knot or some other structure holding it, and then it ripped off from that knot.
This island's moving away. It used to be closer to the other island.
Yep.
Grappling hook, anyone?
Alright, well, we should get across then.
How?
Rope. Arrow.
Arrow.
Okay.
And you intend on it to stick to
I mean, weren't there like burnt trees or something, or is that not this?
So this is a cliff face. You guys, if the island is 2 miles tall, you guys are at about a mile up. There's a big chunk of it underneath, but this is essentially a narrow cliff face for you to navigate and sort of start ascending up to.
I mean,
the top of the surface. You could try to go up to the top of the surface and try to hit a tree up there, but that's a much longer shot and definitely a lot more than 50 feet.
got it. And I don't know if I can. I mean,
I don't think I have anything.
I'm going to start investigating the post.
Sure.
Is it just a wooden post driven into the ground?
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, it appears to have been. It's not covered in smoke and ash, so it seems like it has not been here for a particularly long time.
And there's another post on this island as well?
Not one that you can see. No. Make a perception check
May I roll investigation to see
with disadvantage.
if there are any signs of like other people visiting this very piece of land?
Sure. Make an investigation check. You got a 1?
I got a 1.
Ah, it sucks.
I got a 3. So.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you don't see any evidence of anybody else being here.
I mean, an arrow might be able to like stick into some sort of like dirt or crack or something on the other side, and I'm light, so I could shimmy across and maybe like secure it better from the other side. We wanted to try that and tie one end to the post here.
Mairi, also give us a perception check.
Sure.
I'm not going to give you disadvantage because you're a ranger.
Yay. 18.
18? So, looking around, it's all the way over here that you can see a small wooden post, and you'll note that as you're drifting, you're getting a little bit closer to this. Basically, at the rate at which you're moving, you could get to there, and then it's a 10-foot movement across rather than 30.
Okay.
But that's going to take about an hour. Or you can make an attempt to get across here.
How long do we have again?
You have 18 hours total
Plenty
to get
of
there
time.
and get
We
back.
have lots of time.
What's the like range on bows? I don't think I've got that written down. Like how far can I shoot before
61,
I?
think.
Yeah, so 60 feet is a regular shot.
Okay.
Anything within 60 feet, you can just make that shot. Anything between 60 to 120, you make with disadvantage.
Okay. I think we should just try to get across on the 30-foot part.
Okay. So you're gonna attempt to fire a arrow into the rock there.
Yeah, like I'll see if looks like there's anywhere where it's more like craggy, or if there's a crevice I can try to like get it into.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Oh wait, I'm lucky.
You're a halfling. It's paid off already.
Oh wow.
I wouldn't shoot there if I were you.
Oh right. Thank you. Well,
1 and a 2. I mean, it is
but the
better.
thing is that I actually have a plus 11 on my hit, so that's still
Break that down for me real quick,
Okay.
because I want to.
Should be 3
plus 5
plus 1.
plus. I thought,
And then he gave her
So
an
8
extra one.
and a plus 1 because
and
of the
then
weapon,
plus
so that's a 9.
2 because of the weapon,
Plus 2 because of the weapon
because it's archery. And I
Oh,
thought-
that's right. You took the. God damn, plus 11
Yeah.
at level 5.
Not bad for level 5.
That is really good. So that's a 13.
Okay.
Okay. So you fire, and I mean, it's not hard to hit a floating island, and it does stick in there. Giving it a little tug, you're not 100% sure it would support either of those two. You definitely have a better shot at it being the lightest person.
Okay.
I will tie my rope to her, so while she shimmies across on her rope, if she falls, I got her.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
Do
Works
me a
for
favor.
me.
They don't have a rope use check. do they?
Survival?
Yeah, make it a survival check.
Yeah.
Cool.
9.
9. Okay. Let's see if that knot holds.
I would tie it to the post. And I think both of you need to learn patience. Then I'm going to patiently wait for the island.
You're just gonna wait for it to come around. Okay.
He insulted me.
Sorry.
And you will never forget it. Okay. So go ahead and make me a dexterity check.
Okay.
Or you can call this athletics or acrobatics if you want to. If that's.
Acrobatics makes a significant difference for me. Athletics is a negative.
I mean, I would say walking a tripwire is acrobatics.
Are you going to tightrope it or cross it?
I was gonna try to like
cliffhanger style?
Well, I mean...
Make an acrobatics check. If you fuck it up, we'll know what happens.
Okay. 19.
With a 19. Okay. So you are able to cross very gingerly, looking down very intensely. Make another dex check because you do see the arrow starting to shake.
Super far down. It would be such a long way to fall.
It really is.
Just a straight dexterity?
Yep.
Okay. 7.
7. Okay.